right, that's on.
Oh, man.
All right. Ooh. Oh, good morning. Good morning. I know you guys had a late night probably last night, or maybe you did because you're here, right? So what is going on? You guys pumped? That's what I'm talking about. Well, I got a man up here that has been doing extraordinary things. He hasn't worked in this power washing business. He's built an amazing team. And I want you guys to really pay attention. Get your phones out, take notes, because this man right here, JC, has been crushing it in the exterior cleaning and lighting industry. And I don't know if you guys are following. How many people in here are following JC? Are you guys getting motivated? Oh yeah. Every day? Yes, he's doing some amazing things. He's building an extraordinary team. And so with no further ado, I want to introduce my good friend, JC Tadowski.
Love you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Bat. I appreciate y'all. You know, I don't get why everybody says to picture the audience naked, because that would make this speech pretty hard right now. But if you thought that joke was bad, it gets worse, I promise. All right, thank you everybody for taking your time, 8 o'clock in the morning, showing up and being here. This morning we're going to be talking about explosive leadership. It's really important in your company, and how to avoid killing company culture. So does everybody mind if I tell you a story real quick? I'm going to tell you a story, all right? So one thing while we're going through this, I really want you to start thinking about this. Good managers show you their superpowers, and good leaders will show you yours. So I want you to think about this while we're going through the speech. Are you a manager or are you a leader? And it's really important to start thinking about that. You may think you're a good leader, but you really got to think about that while we're talking about this. So here's Club Kayot. Civilians get Club Med. The Navy folks get Club Kayot. So here we are in the coast of Iraq. We're about 5 miles off the Iraq country. And I was stationed on this oil platform for 6 months with my unit back in 2006. We gave it a 1 out of 5 stars on Travelocity. It's not really a place you want to be, but we were stuck there for 6 months, so we had to make the best of it. This is where we lived. We got some nice AC units. These are 20-foot Connex containers. If you've ever been inside one of those, they're really not that comfortable. Now fit 8 people inside of those. But we did have AC, and then you can see where we can dry our shoes and our clothes. Food. We didn't have Uber Eats and Grubhub back then. They would have the local ships out on the water. They would put it on a little boat, and they would deliver it on a boat. So you picture you got a bunch of random military guys. They had the HMS, which is Her Majesty's ship, the British Navy, Royal Navy out there. They throw it on a boat, deliver it over 5 miles in the water, get shaken up, tossed around, and this is how we got our food. 5-star living, right? So this is what we're doing. Our main purpose out there was to teach the local Iraqis on how to take control of this oil platform, because they had vessels coming in and they're refueling them with oil. And during the Gulf War, it got attacked, and actually the pilings out there, divers could swim through the pilings because of all the explosions and attacks that are going on there. So, like I said, quality of living wasn't that great. But every day we'd be out there training the local Iraqis. These are all my guys out there. And we had a great group of guys. There's 15, 16 of us in there. And the only thing we got to do out there was train, work out. As you can see, I was working out pretty good back then. But these were my people. And in the toughest conditions, we still had a good life. We had each other. We had amazing leaders out there. And the camaraderie was amazing. So we made the best out of a bad situation. No matter what we did every single day, we were happy to be alive, we were happy to be doing what we're doing, and we're out there teaching the local Iraqis on how to take over that vessel for themselves and be better leaders themselves. So life was good until it wasn't. And I want you to see this real quick. So this is a crane that they used, and there's 3 people in there, and this is how they would lower people down to pick up our food, pick up cargo, whatever it is. And I want you just to kind of remember this platform up here, because I'm going to come back to this here in a little while. But this is where the Iraqi oil terminals, they lived. And this office right here was our operations center, our tactical operations center. And that's where we do all our comms, communications, briefings, and things like that. So I'm going to show you a quick video.
Kayot,
After something hit us, we don't know what. I saw the oil burning. I'm gonna film as much as I can before they kick me off here. This is roughly 10 minutes afterwards. See the whole sky is covered in black smoke? Somebody just pissed the wrong country off.
All right, so that was Jake, who was on standing watch with me that day. We were up that morning, and we had the morning watch. And it was about 8:15, and we were walking over here. This was our barracks. This is our room where we stayed. We stayed with all the ammo. We were in charge of all the weapons and ammunition. So this is where we lived every day. About 8:15, we got a phone call. Hey, head back to the TOC. We need you to fill out some paperwork. If we didn't get that phone call, we'd be right there 20 minutes later when this explosion happened. And you could hear Jake when he was talking. That was hours, well, he said 10 minutes after. This went on for hours. We got lucky that the smoke or the wind wasn't blowing the way it could have gone, and it could have even gone back to us. Lives were lost this day. We thought originally it was an attack on us, but it ended up being an explosion from a oil terminal worker welding, and we think he hit a pipeline. But it shocked us. We were up in that TOC. Everybody got blown to the ground. The other oil terminal, which is 5 miles away, they felt the shock over there, and it was stressful. So everything we had trained to do and gone out there to train the Iraqis just went to shit. All right, just like in a job, when a machine breaks down, something goes wrong, you think you're doing everything right, and then it happens. Everything's good until it isn't, right? So we did what we had to do. The Iraqis, they pretty much cowered and hid. Our guys manned all the machines. We had the comms going. All the local vessels were coming in to help us. And we spent hours out there, hours in the fear of unknown. What's going to happen? We didn't know if we were getting attacked. What's coming next? You can see this was the oil platform before, and here it is after. And this is the metal from the explosion. Just looks like aluminum foil just warped. Absolutely destructive. It was horrible. So we left that vessel that day, that oil platform. We went to a Navy ship, and we thought we were done. We were like, all right, mission's over. We're going back home. We were pretty excited. We're going back to land, go back to Guam, live out there, and have some fun. And then they say, return to the platform. And we're like, what? Why? It's destroyed. What are we going to do out there? So as Navy guys, we got back together. We all got our crews, our weapons, and we headed on a boat, and we went back to secure the platform. And this is later that day, and here's our crew out here. I was the guy taking the picture, and we were back there. It didn't matter. We had no power. We had no electricity. We didn't have anything at this point. We just had our home at that time and a mission to complete. And remember earlier I said, remember that platform? We thought everything was going to be smooth sailing. Well, if you've ever been in the military, you know how officers are. Sometimes they get a little crazy. Well, our officer decided to jump off that platform into the water because he wanted to do a dive and thought it'd be cool. He broke his back in the water that day, and this is us doing a heel operations to get him off the platform. And that man right there is the reason why I am today. Brian Crump. I wish he was here today so I can thank him. And unfortunately, he passed away recently, but it's because of leaders like him that molded me to be the man I am today, and I'm forever thankful. So just know that even in the worst situations, you guys can make the best of what you're doing right now. So if you think it's bad, it could be worse, and make the best of it. All right, so for you, those of you that know me, and you're wondering who's this guy up here with the silly jacket on and the ridiculously good-looking hair, my name is J.C. Chanowski. I'm a father. I have two amazing, beautiful warrior daughters. Nixie, she's 12 years old, and Danica. That's my awesome father. He's been my rock forever. He's been with me since, well, obviously since I was a baby, but from every part of my business, he's been there by my side. And I mean, that was us last year at the huge convention. And everything we do together. That's the four of us, and that's just the way we roll. And forever grateful for the three of those two. U.S. Navy Chief. Been in the Navy 18 years. One thing about Navy Chiefs, only less than 10% of the Navy advanced to the rank of E7 and above, so I'm pretty proud of that. I do have a PhD, for those of you who did not know that. It might be a public high school diploma, but I do have that, so that's going for me too. And I'm a fun entrepreneur. I love what I do. I really do. I have so much fun doing what I do every single day. And I don't do it for the money. I know some people do, and that's whatever, that's what you want to do. I do it for every single one of those people right there is why I do what I do. And I love them, and I'm thankful for them. And without them, I would not be here today talking to you and telling you my story. So find your why, and those people are my why right now. So I'm thankful for those people. That's my team. All right, so 2009, I started Cape Fear Pro Wash with my father. I just got out of the Navy for the first time. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Originally, I was going to do landscaping. There was too many landscapers in the area, so I found another passion, and that was cleaning houses. So we started that in 2009. In 2022, we finished at a little over $820,000. In 2016, I was at the UAMCC convention in Charlotte. I think that was the year of the air horn, for those of you who remember that. And I had some really good friends that I had met there telling me about some Christmas lights, and they said, you can hang Christmas lights and make a living. I said, there's no way anybody's gonna pay me to hang Christmas lights. Well, I was wrong, and I proved everybody else wrong who said you couldn't do it. And this past year we did $950,000, just shy of $1 million, but this year we will hit that. And that right there is my passion, honestly. Find something you're passionate about, and you're gonna have fun doing it. And we're gonna talk about the fun part here soon. All right, so, how does your leadership affect your company? Can you be a good leader and have bad company culture? Yes, right? Can you be a bad leader and have okay company culture? Possibly. But really you're trying to strive for great leadership and great company culture. And that's going to be able to attract and retain quality applicants and be able to grow your company. All right, so who here is a leader? Raise your hand if you're a leader. Everybody's hand should be up. All right, there's one thing I want you to remember something. Everyone is a leader. I don't care if they came to your company today or if they've been in your company for 10 years. You need to start driving into them that they're leaders. That doesn't mean they're going to come in the company today and just start telling everybody what to do, but that means that they're going to start building up their confidence and their ability to be a leader so that they can take over the job when you leave. And you don't have to rely on them, or they don't have to rely on you to be there. So if you're constantly building your team up and instilling that leadership with them and giving them the confidence to be a good leader, then your team's going to strive when you're not there. And you can go out to these events and build your company even better while your team is back home leading that company for you. So just remember, everyone can be a leader. And start that from the day they get there. I've got 18-year-olds, I've got 40-year-olds working for me. I've got 18-year-old leaders and I got 40-year-old leaders. I do not discriminate against anybody. Once they start working with our company, we start preaching to them that they can be a leader, and we want them to lead. We want them to replace us. You always want to be replaced or finding somebody to replace you. So if you start instilling that leadership ability in them, it's going to come faster, you're going to build their confidence, and you're going to grow. And they're going to grow personally and professionally. All right, so let's talk about some good leaders. I got two really good leaders in my life right there. Both of my coaches at one point would not be here without those two. So that's right, Pat. So some good traits of leaders, right? Empathy. If something's going wrong, have some empathy for them, all right? It's not 1990 anymore. Things happen in people's lives. You need to care about that. Yes, you have a mission to complete. You have a job to do. But people are people. They're human. You need to understand that. You need to show empathy. Communication is so important. I think we fail too often with not communicating properly. Everybody receives communication differently, all right? Some people, you can just tell them, go do this. Got it, boss. Some people, you got to say, come with me. Let me show you how to do this. And then they understand it that way. So you just need to know that everybody in your team is going to take communication differently, and you need to adapt to that way. They're not going to conform to you and your policy and the way you do things. They might change over time, but just understand that everybody receives and communicates differently. Good listeners. It's easy just to hear somebody talk, but are you listening? Do they have issues? Is there something going on at home that you don't know about? You should know your people. You should know when they come through that door every single day. If they're smiling every single day and they come in on Wednesday and they're not smiling, you should know something's wrong. Talk to them, listen to them. Maybe they had a bad day. Maybe they got finances that are wrong. Maybe somebody passed away. It could be a million things, but you need to listen to what's going on and understand that you should know your people. Trust. That's hard. That's really hard for owners, right? It's so hard to get somebody in there and trust them to take on that truck, get them out there with a $100,000 vehicle, and you're trusted that they're going to do the job the way you told them to do it, the exact way, and they're going to come back and deliver the results that you wanted. It's not going to happen that way every single time, but you need to trust in them that they're going to go complete the mission for you. It's not going to be perfect every single time, but if they get the mission done, if everybody comes back safe, that's good. Just trust that it's going to work. And integrity. Are you telling your people one thing and then going and doing something completely different? You can't be doing that. You got to have integrity. If you're telling them to do something, you better be doing the same thing, so that when they see that you're doing that, they're like, JC did that, so that's the way it's going to be, so we're going to do it too. Don't try and take shortcuts and teach them one thing, but you're doing something completely different. And I know we all do it. I'm guilty. I am not perfect. I have made mistakes, but I've learned because of great leaders like these two. I've learned with great leaders like everybody in here to be a better leader. I grow every single day to be a better leader. Let's talk about bad leaders. All right, that's Jack right there. And that was when he was going through initiation to be a chief. He's got blinder goggles on. He can't even see me right there. That was a good day for me, not for him. All right, bad leaders. They got the poor integrity. Go do this, but I'm going to do it completely different. But don't worry about that. Just do as I say, not as I do. I think that one right there is the hardest thing for a lot of you. And I know I suffered that a long time ago. And as I saw bad leaders do these things and micromanaging, hey, go do this. Well, you're not doing that right. That's not the way I want to do it. Or why are you doing it that way? This is how you should be doing it. Stop micromanaging them. Again, just because it's not your way doesn't mean it can't be done their way. And you'll be amazed. Sometimes they have all these great ideas. They're like, they want to just express everything to you, but you're micromanaging them all day, saying, this is how it's got to get done. This is what we need to do. And their fear, they got that fear. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to show you, hey, I got a better way. I've been holding this in, but I can't tell you because you won't let me, because you're micromanaging. Let it go. As long as the mission is getting complete and everybody's coming home safe, who cares? That's all that matters is the mission, the people. Lack of accountability. Yeah, I'm going to do this for you. Hey, boss, did you do this? No. I'll do it later. Hey, boss, did you get that done? Nope. I can't rely on him for anything. That's no fun. And then poor communication. You know, either you told them, I know I told you this, maybe you didn't, or you told them, hey, just go get this done, but you didn't tell them exactly what needed to be done, and then you expect the result, and they do something completely different. Well, boss, you just said get this done. You didn't say exactly what you wanted done. So these are things that we got to work on every single day while we're doing it. You're going to sit there and be like, oh, God, I should have done this a little bit better. All right, well, I'll fix it next time. I had a great commanding officer, and he would take good things and bad things from leaders. Every time he was in a different command, he would find leaders and take the good and take the bad. And if it was good, he would put it into here, and he would apply it to be a better leader. If it was bad, he put it over here and know that, hey, I don't want to be this leader, so I'm not going to do these things that these people are doing. So constantly be looking to the people that you're looking up to and find the good traits and the bad traits. We can't be perfect, but we can be good at what we're doing and strive for perfection. So I got good news. I got bad news for y'all. You're going to fail. It's okay. You're going to fail. But when you do fail, fail forward. All right? Embrace it. Embrace failure. Learn from it. It doesn't make you a bad person to fail. It's okay to fail. I fail all the time. I failed as a husband. I failed as a father. I failed as a son. I failed as a business owner. But I'm still here, and I learn from it. And if you learn from it, embrace it and teach it so that others don't make the same mistakes. That's why you're all here, right? You're learning from everybody else so you don't repeat those mistakes. But it's okay to talk about those. Be humble. Own up to it. I tell my team, like, guys, I messed up. Sometimes I don't go into all the details and tell them exactly, But if I could teach them one thing that I failed at and make them a better leader because of my failures and help them prevent something else, and then they could teach their team that failure on how to prevent it and how to be a better person, I call that a win. It's not a failure at that point, right? So embrace your failures, acknowledge it, and don't beat yourself up for it because it's gonna happen. I'm gonna fail this week probably. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I failed that, but guess where I was this morning? I had 3 guys out running at 6 o'clock this morning. So embrace failures, fail forward, and be humble about it. All right, so we're gonna talk about some culture now. So I put this picture up here. That's Jeremy, good guy. Drives me insane sometimes, but a good guy. But in our office, we don't put up motivational posters. I don't have Rocky on the wall. I don't have Jordan dunking and stuff like that. I put up pictures of my team. So when you walk into my office, whether you're there for an interview or a customer walks in or whatever it is, you see pictures of our team up there on that wall. And you get excited because now you're like, I want to be on that wall. I want my picture up there. I want to be around for the next picture that gets on that wall. So those little things will help build your company culture. So just think about that. And I don't care if it's just 1 of you, 2 of you, 3 of you. Just put some stuff up there. If you don't have an office or whatever, just find something to make it fun because then people have a reason, to, something to strive for because they're going to want to be in that company for the next company picture. All right, I got a quick video here.
Favorite part working with Hope Illumination is it's a family of people, great people, fun people to hang out with.
Love the company, great family environment, everybody friends, everybody gets along.
It's the fact that it's one big happy family.
That they care about the people that work for them, and everybody around them is trying to do a good job. It's
Really nice place to work, everybody's friendly, like a fun family environment, kind of like a bunch of friends.
We're just the people, the camaraderie, everybody's here is really nice, fun to get along with.
Make a family smile when I hang up their lights, kids happy.
The workplace culture, it's very friendly. We get to work outside all day.
Like how everyone, we consider each other more family rather than just a job, and it's actually fun in the work day.
So what are some of the key words you heard there over and over? Family, fun, friendly. All right, so what's your team saying about you? That was just a interview that we had somebody out while we're doing a job, and I said, I just want to do a motivational video for hiring, so go do this. And when I got that video back, I was like, holy cow. I was like, we're doing what we're doing. And it felt really good to be able to hear everybody. There was no script, no nothing. You saw how they were. And I saw that video. I was like, I felt really good. I felt really good about what we're doing. I felt good about our team. I mean, seasonal guys, there's 4 seasonal guys in there that were just there for Christmas lights. They were there for maybe a month. So within a month, they're talking about family, fun, friendly. And for those of you who do Christmas lights, there's not a lot of fun that's going on in the month of November because you're working day in and day out. But they're still excited to be there. They're still excited to be working for our team. So it's up to you to instill that leadership and that culture into your team. So why is company culture so important? Right? 10 years ago, it was all about that dollar. Right? 5 years ago, yeah, just give me another $1 raise, I'll be happy. Or company next door, they're offering me 50 cents more. I'm going over there. That's not today. Today they care about the culture. They care about being wanted. They care about being part of a team. And if you don't have that culture, they don't want to be with you. I had one of my guys, he got a job offer for $20,000 more he turned down because he believed in what we were doing and he saw the future in our company and he knew that he would not get that at the other company. So culture is so important when you're trying to attract and retain quality applicants now. And it's just everything you do, you need to base that around your culture. All right, just like this right here. We're trying to build a winning team. All right, one little change in a word can change a lot in your company. I don't use the word employees. I don't like it. I use the word teammates, team. All right, just like a coach on a football team. They don't call them their employees or the owners, they're part of a team. So how do you want to run your company? Do you want it to be a team or do you just want to have employees that come in and out? Again, that one little word, I hate that word. I really do because I feel that changes the whole dynamic because everybody wants to be part of a winning team. Nobody just goes to a job to fail knowing they're going to fail and look for something else a week or 2 later. They want something. They want to strive for something better. this is really important, because how many times have you started off your day and it was a bad day and you walk into that office and you're pissed off and everybody sees it and you're the owner and they're like, oh, JC didn't get sleep last night, or JC blah, blah, blah. And then 9 o'clock, you got some coffee, you're like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? Good day. Out in the field and something breaks and you're pissed off again. They're like, oh, stay away from JC. He's not happy right now. And then 4 o'clock comes, checkout time, like, all right guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. See how that went up and down? There's no consistency right there. Your culture needs to be 24/7. You can't base it off of your feelings, your anger, your emotions. It has to be consistent so they know when they're coming to work, they can come in happy, they can come in smiling, they can come in and know that they're not going to feel the repercussions of your anger, whatever it is. And I've seen a lot of great leaders mess that up because they wear their emotions on their sleeve. Guilty. Been there, done that many times. And it killed it. And nobody wanted to be around me. They knew, like, if something broke, like, just walk away. Just leave JC alone. Now if something breaks, we literally lost 2 brand new surface cleaners 8 months ago. And they came back to the office, and the guy, he was 21 years old, and he was driving a $90,000 brand new truck. 2 surface cleaners came off, and he's like, boss, I am so sorry. I'm like, anybody get hurt? No. Are you okay? Yeah. All right, what did we learn from this? And just by doing that, instead of getting angry like I used to, flipping off and just going all ballistic, he felt comfortable coming to me with anything at that point. It could be the dumbest little thing, but he would come to me and not have that fear of me getting upset. So what did we do? It was a training evolution. We learned from it. Like, what could we have done better to not lose it? Yeah, it sucked losing 2 surface cleaners. Who wants to lose 2 wishful wash surface cleaners brand new? Not me. That was horrible. Was I pissed inside? Yeah, absolutely. But what good does my emotions reflecting down on him, making him feel even worse, so the next time something happened, maybe it could have been, I don't know, he lost a wand or something like that. He's going to hide that from me or try and steal it from another truck. So by showing him that, hey, it's okay, and we're going to learn from this, and how can we do it better next time, now the team knows, like, hey, if we mess up, we're going to be honest, and we're going to tell them about it. So make sure you're keeping it consistent no matter what. It takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight, which we're going to talk about right there. All right, you can't change it overnight. You guys aren't going back home today, and all of a sudden you guys have perfect culture tomorrow. It just doesn't work that way. If you have bad culture now, you can fix it, but it ain't going to happen tomorrow. You got to transition to it, and you have to have buy-in from your team too. So go back, think about it. What could we be doing better? What's good? What's bad? And work on it. And communicate. That's part of that leadership, right? You got to communicate your team and knowing your team. One of my favorite things is having fun. If I went back to all those slides, you always see me smiling. And I always said, if I'm not having fun doing something, I don't want to do it. And there's been days where I don't want to go to work because I'm not having fun. And we fix it. And we make it fun. As long as the job's getting done and the mission's getting completed and everybody's safe, why can't you have fun doing it? I mean, who does not want to have fun doing their job every single day? I know I want to have fun. I love having fun. If I'm smiling, I mean, that's this. Look at my jacket. I like having fun. I mean, it's what, February, and I'm walking around with a Christmas jacket through the airport. This is the fun I like to have. This is the fun I want my people to have with me. You should want the same thing for your people, because if they're having fun, guess what? They're going to be smiling, and that's going to reflect. So one thing we teach is part of that fun, all right, is fostering unity and nurturing them. One team, one fight, right? They want to feel valued. They want to be motivated, all right? And they want to be connected as that team. And you can have fun doing that. It doesn't have to be, all right, clocking at 9, I'll see you at 5. Did you get everything done? Good. No, talk to them. They're human. They want to have conversations with you. They want to connect with you. They want to get motivated with you. So do it. Every interview, when I was doing interviews, I would tell the applicants that I want you to want to come here, not feel like you have to. just because it's a job, all right? And that's something you should be able to start preaching and teaching them, all right? You want your team to want to come to work. If they get excited, like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to work for Cape Fear Pro Wash today. And they get excited about that, and they're telling all their friends about it, and they're on the phone talking to customers, and they're excited. That just you feel so good about them wanting to be there, like you're doing something right. So get your team to want to be there every day. Have coffee in the morning for them. Have snacks ready for them. Just make it comfortable so they want to be there with you, and then you can connect with them. So who here has core values? Okay. Well, I'm not going to sit up here and say I've had core values for 10 years, because guess what? I finally got my core values 3 weeks ago because I failed to do them. Matt Clark told me a year ago, get your core values. I said, I'll do it. Guess what? I didn't do it. But we finally got our core values, all right? So you guys and girls need to go back and figure out your core values. And here's our core values, and you can copy them if you want. Maybe. There we go. All right. I'm all about Christmas, and I want my team to be the light. Now, I'm not going to read every single paragraph there, all right, but we're talking about loyalty, integrity, growth, humility, and teamwork. This is everything we want our team to encompass. So now, before, we could say we held them to a standard, but what was the standard? Because we didn't have core values to hold them to that standard. And now, they know what our standard is. So if they don't fit one of those core values, we need to talk to them. All right, you're not loyal. Why not? And if it keeps going on, or if they hit 2 of those and they're not under 2 of those core values, they're gone. You got to connect. You got to align. You should have core values. Have it on your website. Have it in your job ad so that when people are looking at you for applying, like, oh, this company cares. Like, they have values. I want to be part of that team. And when they come to the interview, talk to them about your values and see if they align. If they don't align with your core values, you're wasting your time. So why would you want to waste your time on somebody who doesn't have teamwork or humility or doesn't want to grow with you? And I tell my team, I want them to grow personally and professionally. Yeah, I want them to be better in our team, but I also want them to succeed in life. I want them to buy cars, buy houses, things like that. So make sure that you do have those core values. And I'm not going to lie. I put in ChatGPT, hey, I want my core values to align with the word light. And it just happened to work. That was great. But these were all things that we have always been doing. And now that we have it written down, it's there. So go ahead, go back, take the time to find your core values and get them up there. Communicate with your team. We sat down. The second we got these written down paper, we sat down and told them the core values. And every single one of them aligned with them at that point. But they knew going forward that if they didn't, that was a reason for us to get rid of them. And we don't want to get rid of our team. Again, we want them to grow with us. There it goes again. And make your team the priority. Because without them, you got nothing. You're going to be on that truck every single day. You're going to be answering every single phone call. You're going to be doing all the callbacks. You're going to be doing the invoices at 8 o'clock at night. They should be their priority. All right, customers will come and go, but your team, they can be forever. So remember that. Make them the priority. So, like most of us here, probably owner-operators, and we all go to these trade shows, and we all get out there and we go learn. We all want to do best for our company. But then we get all this information, right? We got the owner mindset. Yeah, I'm all fired up. And go back and do it all. And then you go back and you don't do half of it. Get your team involved, all right? This is Liz right here. She just went to the admin boot camp down in Florida. She didn't want to go, but she went. And she was glad she went. And she sent me pictures every single day. She thanked me while she was there. And what that did to her while she was down there was reconfirm that everything we're doing and that she's doing in the office was right. Because while they're going over the things that they're talking about, she's like, oh yeah, we're doing that. Oh, we're doing that too, but we could do it a little bit better if we take this back there. And she came back and she was so excited. Joe, he was at Transworld recently, Christmas light show, I couldn't go. Same thing. He's out there shaking hands in the classes. He's like, send me pictures like, hey, we're doing this, boss. Hey, we're doing this. I think we should do this. And that was Patrick. We were just at Landscape Lighting Live the other day. I was like, hey, Patrick, what'd you think? He's like, I'm excited. He's like, we're gonna make a lot of money. He's like, we're doing a lot of this already, but we just learned a lot. So empower your team, invest in them. They are your future. Invest in them, send them to the shows, educate them, empower them. You want them to be better, so why not let them be better? Because I can tell them something all day, every single day. You're doing great, you're doing great, this is perfect. They hear the same thing, but when they go out there and they're learning about it and they're seeing what other people are teaching and they're like, wow, we are doing good. Like, that's something I put in place already. They feel so empowered that they want to go back and do even better for you. So invest in your team. Have fun with it too. Like I said, I cook breakfast for the guys. During the Christmas light season, I'm out there on the griddle at least once a week. My kids will come in there because they're always up in there playing games and having fun. They'll take orders for everybody on a little piece of paper and then have them all sit down. We serve our team, all right? I'm no better than my team. I always say I'm right beside you. I want you to grow next to me. I'm not above you. I'm not a king. I'm not a dictator, all right? Have them beside you. Work with them. Serve them. And have a, I don't know about crawfish. I wasn't a fan of that. Sorry if you guys like crawfish, but those things are weird. Come on. That was a fun event. We're doing, that was paintball. We're doing laser tag again. Think outside the box. These little activities, they cost you money, but again, it's investment in the team. If you're building the team, showing them, hey, we can take a day off because of you, because of what you've done for our team, it's so much fun to get out there and just stop thinking about work for a day. Even if you do something for 4 hours, a picnic, a barbecue, and also get the family involved. Because if you had the family involved and they're buying into your company, into your team, when they're home, your team, and they're having a bad day, that spouse or significant other is supporting them and saying, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, tomorrow's gonna be a better day, instead of like, yeah, that boss, he's horrible, we should probably look for another job. Or, yeah, it's a great company, things didn't go today, it's gonna get better tomorrow, and let's have tomorrow be a better day. So involve the family into your events and budget for that. Make it fun. Our Christmas party at the end of the year is always a blast. We always do something fun. Like I said, in 3 weeks, I think we're going to do laser tag, and we just always like to keep it different. I always show up on jobs. I mean, there's Joe, everybody. That was one of the last Christmas jobs we did. Showed up there, had fun, bought coffee, snacks, whatever. Just go out there and show them. Show them you appreciate them. You don't need to be at the office all day. Get out there. Be a part of the team. So, Cape Fear Pro Wash, Patriot Illumination, we're here to create careers, not jobs. Because when you create a career, that's long term, that's lasting. People have jobs that come and go. You want people to be part of your team. You want them to know that tomorrow they have a home to come to. Next year, they can be part of the team and grow with you. So get that job mentality out of it and change it to a career. Let them be part of that family and let them know that you care. All right, so this is my last slide, last 2 slides here. I'm gonna challenge everybody here. All right, I want you to go home and I want you to think about what we talked about here today and how you can do better. Embrace the failure. Be humble. If you don't have employees or team, think about as you grow your team, the culture you want to build for them. It's really important to start thinking about that now. Don't wait till you have that team or you start hiring. That should all be part of what you're be doing. So think about that now. And I want you to challenge you to go home and unleash your team's superpowers. Trust in them. Build confidence in them. Find out what they're great at. I bet you have somebody out there right now that's a technician that's probably the best sales manager or could be your operations manager. Make them excited. Make them want to work for you. Make them be happy to come to work tomorrow and keep building them up. Invest in them. Send them to these trade shows with you. Don't look at it as an expense. Look at it as an investment. They're part of your team. They're working for you. They're making you money. So why would you not want to care about them and grow with them? So I challenge you guys to go home and do that. And that's all I have for you today.